People who live near Stumpy Lake in Virginia Beach say they're fed up with fast drivers.
Check out this picture from Denali Lane. We're told a speeding car knocked over that fence.
13 News Now reporter Stephen Graves went to that stretch of Indian River Road to find out more about the problem.
Yeah, neighbors here say this is normal. Cars barreling down Indian River Road and crashing, whether you have good weather or bad. But they say around this neighborhood, this isn't the only trouble spot, and they have pictures to prove it. You're looking at the latest crash at Denali Lane in Virginia Beach. Witnesses say the driver was speeding and hydroplaned during yesterday's wet weather.
But it doesn't surprise me at all whatsoever because this seems to be a weekly occurrence.
Here's pictures of another recent one where a box truck went into a nearby ditch. Here's Becky Young's top concern.
That's our kids' bus stop right there. And with the blind curve, it's just nerve-wracking every time somebody zooms past that bus going 60 miles an hour, and it's 35 miles per hour.
This crash was the last straw for a person who posted online. Take a look. They're pleading for help, saying this has gone on long enough. The intersection is dangerous. It's the second time it's happened at this fence. Please help. Neighbors simply want a speed limit sign closer to the neighborhood entrance. They get scared just pulling out.
Like, God, please don't let anybody be coming up behind me.
City staff say they've been monitoring here for about 4 years. They've actually reduced the speed limit. They tell us they'll now look at putting up a new sign since we called. We've learned there's also a project in the design phase of changing the landscape of Indian River Road, which officials say will improve conditions. In the meantime,